Alright, so I seen heavy D sparks in them on an old video. They were trying to get a backhoe going, and it was locked up. So what they were doing, they were putting settling down in the exhaust manifold and then igniting it, trying to get it to blow. Well, like the one guy says, it's like that's settling is just going through all the cylinders and just making an ignition. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put some. I've got propane instead of settling. I'm gonna put it in there, and then I'm gonna ignite it and see what happens. And if that one don't do it, I'm gonna go to each one and do it, and hopefully that will jar that piston enough that it will break it loose. Am I gonna break something? I don't know. I wish that I would have put ATF in there before I left, but I did spray a pile. All right, I got the intake horn off here. All that looks good. Set my bolts here. Try to make them where they don't fall down. Alright. So I got that out of the way just so I could get in here. Hopefully I can just get in here without taking the rest of it off. I'm going to take this off to see what it looks like in there. Everything looks good on this side of it. So, like I say, nothing could get in the intake though because it's all capped off and everything. So, well, I got all these off easy just with my little screwdriver here. Come off easy. But this one, I had to take this one off with my wrench. You know, once again, no big deal, easy. But now the stupid thing won't come out past this. So maybe I'll just leave it there. I can probably just pry that manifold out. Hopefully that manifold will slip out of there. That's pretty clever. Those holders hold the intake manifold and the exhaust manifold on. Look at there. It's got me a little egg. I don't know if you can see that water coming out of there, but there's little droplets of water coming out of here. See there? I don't know if you just seen that one. Anyways, there's waters coming out of there. Maybe you just seen that one. Now I will say it did rain a little bit here recently, last day or two. And I have had that off there because when I was driving down the road, it flopped over, so I took it off. And I didn't put anything over top of it when I left because, to be honest, I kind of figured I was just going to scrap the stupid thing. But, and see, you can see that water running down there. I'm pretty sure that's coming out of the cylinder. Yeah, it's coming out of that cylinder there. You can't really see it on the camera, but that's where it's coming from. So hopefully we can get in there and get this thing broke loose. Okay, so I can't get the manifold, the exhaust manifold out past this. But you can see, well, I was going to turn the light on, but this thing's got a monitor. So you can see that gunk in there. So I don't think there's a nest in there, but there's gunk in it. So, yeah. I think I'm going to just spray some stuff down in there or something. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. So that one has a lot of crap in it. Yeah, it's nasty. Alright, so I got it off as far as I can. I can't get this all the way off. I took the torch and put some fire in each one of these holes for a little bit and blew my oxygen because I don't feel like bringing my air hose out here, and blew whatever junk out of there I could. You can see here. And just put some fire in there for a little bit. I didn't make it cutting. I didn't put a cutting tip on it. I just put a good hot fire on there. Burn it out a little bit. Filled them up with this PB, and I have some tension on it right here, of which this tension was on it for like 4 days. I got this bar ratchet strap pulling down. So now that I have the PB in where it needs to be, hopefully that'll help. I could put some of this parts cleaner in there because that stuff will eat rust. I might do that. I might get my wife to help me hold a funnel and pour it in there. But, the cylinders are full of that PB now, so I got to give it a little bit for that PB to get down past whichever valves it's going to get past. Because, it's not going to go past every valve. Only the valves that are open, which in theory that's the valves that we're having a problem with. So, but I told you that the oil was plumb full. Yeah, she's full. You can see let's see if we can get it cleaned off enough here to see where the full mark is. Crap don't want to come off. So the full mark is down there all the way at the tip. And it's full all the way to the top. So, yeah, that's not healthy. Alright, so we put some of that in there. We just held a funnel up here and just poured it till she came out, which wasn't very much, but that's good. So, I'm going to let that sit for a while. Maybe I should put it in the intakes, and that way the cylinders that the intake is open, it'll go into those pistons too, because just for good measure. Maybe I should do that. Alright guys, this loader, I had my phone in the house because all the way out here I don't have Wi-Fi, and I was uploading that last video on that dump truck. So I'd done a few things and nothing was really working, and got my wife to help me take the top off of it so I could get into the valve cover. I should open the valve cover first. I don't know that I'm going to get that thing to go. That, my friend, is horrid. Yeah. So, even if I did get it to move, that's just, that engine's garbage. So, yeah, that's ridiculous. Always, 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 always cover your damn exhaust up. I mean, this is a good running engine when they parked it. You know, always make sure that your ports are closed. Look at that hydraulic. That's just full of water. So, yeah, this thing's just garbage. So, it's a shame. Yeah, it's a shame. Oh well, whatever. I guess I'll just scrap the damn thing. So, it is what it is. Alright, so I took all the injectors out of it. They're up here. So down in here, it's kind of, it was more greasy than anything. So it's like real thick. It's kind of awkward to me, like weird, like why is that? I don't understand that, but why it would be greasy, you know? And there's supposed to be a cup around that, you know, that's in a cup. So, the heck, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I can clean those up. But got all those out. I put a bunch of that that parts cleaner in there. And I sprayed a bunch of PB. I don't know if I'm gonna get it broke loose, but it'd be fun to get it broke loose, but I don't know. I'll see. Alright, so I'll put some ATF in there on top of the on top of the parts cleaner and the PB blaster. I put some ATF in there. Put the valve cover back on it. I'm gonna let it sit tonight. I got this little bit of pressure on it. Actually, quite a bit of pressure. And then earlier I did try to. I hooked the battery cables up and was trying to get the starter to go. And most of the time I try to figure out if it's 24 or not, but I didn't this time, and it is 24. So I'm gonna have to hook 2 batteries tomorrow to see if hopefully tomorrow. I have a couple marks on here. And of course, if it does turn, any of that wrench is going to be loose. But hopefully tomorrow it has turned. If not, and so if, I'm going to hook 2 batteries together and see if I can't get this started to help get it to turning. And then, I don't even know what kind of engine it is. I know it's a Cummins, but I don't know like what engine it is. It's a little frustrating to me because I just don't know. And I wish I knew, because if I knew, I could see about a head gasket and stuff, because this whole machine was supposed to be a good machine. When they parked it, everything was supposed to work as it should. The only thing that he said that his dad had a problem with was shutting it off, which that I mean, this right here is all you gotta, this right here is your shutoff solenoid. So, I mean, I've got like 3 or 4 of those. So, I mean, I can change that if something's wrong with that. So, you know, and then of course there's water in the damn hydraulic fluid. So, but I can drain all that. I can, you know, if I can get this thing to turn, then I would like to take this head off and clean that whole head. You know, I don't know how far I want to go with it or what I want to do, but I mean, if I could get injector cups and a head gasket for it, I could take it out and just clean it myself. Just clean it with a wire wheel and put the thing together. I mean, it's a loader. It isn't something that I'm taking on the road, you know? So, does anybody know what kind of engine this is? Or what Cummins it is? I feel like it's smaller than a big cam, or excuse me, a small cam. It's smaller than a small cam, and it doesn't have like the plates or whatever that like the 855 has. So it's something smaller than an 855. And it's something bigger than like a 8.3. Like it's the size of an 8.3, but I don't think it's an 8.3. Like what's the predecessor to an 8.3? Because I think maybe that's what it would be. So yeah, any help would be great.